Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today on this Monday morning? The sun is shining. It is so much cooler. Leather Bag Lady weather report. We have had the worst 4 or 5 days of heat last week, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So today's bag is, I'm popping out here. They look so huge. Pius laughs at me because he's a boob man and he just thinks it's fantastic. But I don't. I look like, anyway, whatever. Today's bag is very much in keeping with what seems to be in style right now, which is very structured, Saffiano leather, kind of a stiffer leather. Not my cup of tea at all. I prefer slouchy, soft, but here we are. This is the cutest little 1970s black leather. Nice little gusset here. Got a lovely sheen to the leather. Little gusset here. So, front pocket. Now there is a little, you're not even probably going to be able to see it. Just a little spot here. I have listed it, I have mentioned it in the listing, but you can't even really see it. And you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have even bothered. But it is there. It is there. See it? Just a tiny little bit. And I think there's a little bit there too. So, because of what's happened recently with some of the issues I've had with comments, or not even comments, just people buying bags that they're not happy with, just two situations, and because they didn't read the listing, I'm now being very, very more diligent, or way more diligent, terrible English, to make sure I mention absolutely everything, because you know, it is what it is. If there's a mark or a blemish, I've got nothing to hide with my bags. I would rather you know about it. Obviously, there are moments where I don't notice things. I do clean, sanitize, wash, color on occasion bags. So I really am looking at the bags quite extensively, but sometimes I do miss things. So it's, you know, these are vintage bags. They are pre-loved and there are going to be issues. So I'm being way more diligent to mention absolutely every little thing. So this has a nice front pocket. It's a velvet interior. There is a zipper pocket on the back. No branding, which is almost very typical for vintage bags, which is too bad. Brass tone hardware, nice shoulder strap, which can be removed if you want to use this little beauty as a clutch. I actually mentioned to you on Friday that I sold the gray clutch that was so beautiful to my friend Lynn in St. Catharines, and I sold another black leather clutch that is going to New York, I do believe. Yeah, so maybe a little kind of boost of clutch awareness, and but this is very in keeping with what's going on right now. Like I said, these, you know, Kate Spade, and a lot of the faux leather stuff I see, you know, the Guess, the Aldos are all very structured. So this is a great little vintage option. Nice gusset, as I said. You're going to get quite a bit of stuff in here. You know, maybe not a daily driver bag by any means, but certainly, you know, if you're going out, or if you don't need to carry a ton of stuff, then this is a great little vintage option. And it just screams vintage. There's the geometric shapes and everything. So that is today's bag. So, what did you get up to this weekend? We actually had some issues on Friday. We didn't get done what we were supposed to get done, but we did end up at the trailer a little later than we anticipated. It was so hot at the trailer. We were sitting outside, or trying to sit outside. And I said to Pius, let's put the awning in. Maybe we'll get a breeze or something. We ended up going inside. It was so hot. There was no breeze. It was unbearable. It was terrible. And then Saturday morning, the rain. We had a trailer in the park that was literally this deep in water all the way around. One of the the trailer owners across the roadway got his dinghy out, and he said, not that dinghy, the rowboat dinghy. Oh my goodness me. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Tacky, maybe not. It's me. It's the leather bag lady. But he said if he had gotten it out an hour earlier, he actually would have been able to paddle across the road. And within hours, it had not all gone away, but definitely by yesterday afternoon, it was all gone. So the rain was insane. And it just seems to be how it is. I don't think we've had a weekend yet where there hasn't been rain. Crazy weather. So Sunday we had a little bit of an impromptu. We had visitors all weekend, which I had my friend Al who came on Saturday and stayed for most of the afternoon, which we weren't anticipating. And we were so freaking hungry. And we said, Al, we're going to start dinner, thinking that, maybe it's now time to leave. But anyway, he needed some company. We were happy to oblige. And we ended up having a very late dinner. And then one of Pius's buddies from work came over with his wife. They just live in Cayuga, which is where our trailer is, which was lovely. Such a character. And we had a great fire. The wood that we got from the building supply place, we mixed it with wood from the park because you're technically not allowed to bring wood in, but their wood is so wet that we were smoking everybody out. So we sourced some drier wood, and we're just going to mix. We don't want to, go against the rules, so we'll mix a little bit of both. And then yesterday it originally started out that we lent my mom and dad our portable barbecue. And they loved it so much that we had invited them to come to the trailer to bring it back to us. And then they loved it so much that we told them just to keep it. So we'd already made plans for them to come to the trailer to drop it off. So we said, just come anyway. And then ended up, Harry came, and we didn't invite my sister because she's working. And I didn't invite Sarah because she finds it difficult to get around. She doesn't drive. She relies on her boyfriend. And sometimes he is not the best at getting her to things that involve her stuff and her family's. So I didn't want to put that pressure on her. But anyway, it was a little bit of a surprise visit. It was lovely, which I just had chicken burgers. I am not a hostess at all. And it was a nice afternoon. It rained, of course, not scheduled. But we were there for a few hours, had a little walk around, and it was a lovely afternoon. A very busy weekend, I must say. Next weekend is the Civic Long weekend, so we are planning to just do our own thing that weekend. Pius is on, what do they call it? Modified duties at work. So he was scraping some stuff this morning, which actually is probably good physio for him, because as long as it's not above shoulder height, he's good. Like, he can lift, he can do, it's just if you ask him to do this, he can't. And his job requires him to do that. So he's now at physio, and who knows how long this little issue will take to clear up. But while he is recouping or getting, treatment, he is on modified duty. So hopefully we will have a little bit more of a routine schedule. And it's going to be probably 8 to 12 weeks, I think. So that'll take us into the fall. And that will be great. Update on the nails. So these 3 I've had to replace. because these are the ones that I use the most. This one, I just lost it earlier. I don't know where it is. So hopefully the 2 bags that I have wrapped up, it's not in there. Oh dear, how gross would that be? So I'm actually very impressed. Nothing has happened with this hand, but I am right-handed. So I've used another one of the sets that was in that dollar store set, and just love it. I'm really, I mean, it is a little bit of a pain in the ass. Like this morning, I was ready to do my video, ready to do my listing, and I realized I was missing a nail, and I'm like, oh, I got to fix that. So it did take me a few minutes, but I'm getting better at it, and prepping, making sure that, you know, I use the acetone to take, or at least minimize the glue, the residual glue, and then I just buff lightly. I used to have a nail salon back in the day, so I do have a little bit of a sense of what is required. But I did message my cousin Taylor. She does her own nails with polygel or something. I used to have acrylic nails for 20 odd years. Now I know there are better products, but I just don't. I guess you put the time in initially and then they don't fall off. But I don't know. I'm going to stick with this for a while. Like I said, this hand, I haven't had to do a thing. This one, these 3 have been replaced. This one has popped off twice. So, you know, you think this is my main. And I mean, if I went swimming at the trailer or whatever, I'm pretty sure they would all pop off. So, not sure about that. I said to Pius, I am going to buy 2 little pools, little dollar store blow up pools, and we're just going to have it and we can put our feet in it. So I'm going to do it. I am. What just dropped? Oh, one of the parcels just dropped. So yeah, that we had a great weekend. As I said, the weather is absolutely beautiful today. I'm just home today. No clients today. Tomorrow I'm seeing my clients. And yeah, that is it. So hopefully you all had a great weekend, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.